Welcome in, friends, to episode 3 of the Fan Home Build Your Own DeLorean. We are working on pack 3 now, and we are doing the right hand strut tower. This is a copy of one of the things we did in the last episode. So we are going to take our strut tower here and our lower control arm. We are using AM screws. So let's get those cut open. We do have one spare AM screw. And with this, we are going to be putting this in once again where these slotted holes are. But before we go doing all of that, let's get us an AM screw loaded up on our screwdriver. And uncap our oil. I am using the bigger screwdriver that came with the Skyline pack now. And let's get our second AM screw mounted in. Next up, we are going to need EM screws, which I have right here. Oh no, I am sorry. We need the BM screws. I misread the instruction. Once again, they gave us an extra screw. Let's go ahead and get one loaded on our screwdriver. And let's get this rod set into place. A BM screw from both sides. We're just going to get them both started. Now we can go ahead and tighten these up. Of course, our next step is going to be joining the spring. By putting it on this shaft. And sliding it underneath its cover. And then with the use of an EM screw, and that is tight. So we can look in our box, find the EM screws and drop that in there. Bring our blister pack back over. The next thing should be the upper control arm. And indeed it is, and we need CM screws. Put one off to the side because we only need two. Once again, this is an upper control arm. So we will get that one started. Just so we have a little bit of wiggle room if we need it. Should be right about there. We'll go ahead and tighten these CM screws. And then our next step, we are going to need our right steering knuckle. And we are going to need DM screws. That will be the last of our metal screws. Let's load one up. And let's get our steering knuckle set in place. And we'll hang the knuckle from the top first. Then we can go ahead and load up our next DM screw. Get the hole lined up with the bottom. And we can thread that into place. Now with that started, we can go ahead and tighten our DM screws down. Okay. Let's scroll and see. A DP screw is required next. As well as our brake disc caliper or dust shield. We require this piece and this spring, which, if I remember correctly, the spring does not like to go into its position very well. but this time it cooperated quite easily. We will set that DP screw off to the side. And next we need an AP screw. Once again, I have plenty of those open. I'm going to take our AP screw, load it up, and we are going to take our caliper, and with its 2 locating pins, we're going to set it in place. And secure it in position with an AP screw. And then with one of our last remaining DM screws, we are going to connect this to the strut tower. And then we have our right strut tower. And that is all there is to do in that stage. While I am waiting for the instructions to come up for the next pack, we will get that over here. And we will get these areas cut open. And the pieces removed. Here's where our steering rack comes into place. Those two pieces are metal, and we have FM screws. So we are taking our steering rack, and with the curved end of the rack, to my right, we're going to take this piece here, and it is going on here. So we need to get our FM screws opened. They are another flanged screw. And we're going to now bolt this part into place. If I am not mistaken, in real life, this would be what is considered your idler arm. Though I believe they have it listed as a pinion arm. Yes, they have it listed as a pinion arm. And for step 2, we're going to take this arm with the bump up, facing up, and we are going to fit it to the other upright on our steering rack. Now, we are going to take one of these boots and fit it to each side of the steering rack. And with that, that is stage 7 complete. We do have this piece left over. It looks like I'm going to have to buy another pillbox. We're going to pull our plastic sway bar out. 1, 2 wings, if I can get my fingers on it. And our second chassis part. And we have some AP screws. This was set in the blister pack quite well. So we're going to pull that out. Now let's find out what we need to do. So taking this part and having it this way around, we are going to take that's labeled right. This is labeled left. And we're going to put this part right here. And with some AP screws, we have 4 already out of bags. That's perfect. We're going to flip this part over. And in these 2 spots here, on either side, we are going to connect our plastic plates. That is one started. I do actually like building these models for myself after watching the models be built, because there are little details you can miss even if you're watching on a 65-inch TV. Like these two little plates I'm putting on the DeLorean right now. When I watched the DeLorean build for the first time, I didn't see that they are like a lower arrow for the DeLorean. Because it has this little bump up here to kind of direct air. And now we're going to do the same on the other side. We are going to have to keep our sway bar, our steering rack, and everything else safe until the next pack gets here. That is when all the real suspension work is going to start. As I have already seen what is coming in the next pack. Though we still will be working on suspension in stage 9. Stage 10 is where all the fun is going to begin. So with that, that should be the end of stage 8. Yep. And that is the end of stage 8. That is the end of this video. I hope you liked what you have seen. We did get a bit accomplished today. This is just a leftover piece, which, if I remember from videos correctly, is going to sit on here like this. But that won't be used until at least stage 10, if not later than that. So, once again, that is all we have for this video. If you like what you have seen, please hit that like button. If you are not yet subscribed, please consider doing so. And with that, I wish you a good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are, whenever you may be watching this. Thank you.